You're listening to the Life Friendly Business Podcast. I'm your host, Erin Thomas Wong, business mentor, author, and founder of the Cocoon VIP membership, empowering women around the world to build businesses on their terms. If you want to grow and scale a business that works in harmony with your family and your life, this podcast is for you. Hello and welcome to the Life Friendly Business Podcast. I'm your host, Erin Thomas Wong, business mentor, author, speaker, and champion for life-friendly businesses. On this podcast, we talk all about doing it on your own terms. And we really talk about the reality of what it's like to be running your own business whilst also raising kids or caring for parents or whatever it is that you're doing, which means that you want to take a life-friendly approach. And today we're going to be talking about fear. And this is something that comes up time and time again as a block that women are dealing with, which stops them from really making the progress that they want to make. And this is something that all of us experience, whether we are consciously aware of it or not. And a couple of months ago, I was at my happy place, Burley Manor, which is in the New Forest in England. And I go there and I have a solo business retreat where I just spend time looking through old notebooks, thinking about my strategy, sometimes just putting stuff into action and implementing things. And I was looking through these old notebooks. Now, I don't know whether you ever do this, but it's a really good idea because I'm sure, like me, you write down content ideas and things like that you might never actually action. So I was going through these notebooks with the intention of harvesting all these amazing ideas that I'd had over the years. And actually what I came across was a fear inventory that I had written. Now, I don't do this very much, but at that time I was working with a business mentor and she had encouraged me to do it because I was about to do something which really pushed me out of my comfort zone. And that was speaking to other people's audiences and training them rather than speaking to my own audience, which at that point was feeling comfortable already. So I was looking through these notebooks and I found this. So it was about 4 years ago, I think. And I'd written down on my fear inventory the beliefs that I had, the fears that I had. So I'd written down, I won't be effective as a trainer. I won't impress them. I'll get too nervous and I won't enjoy speaking at the event. I won't be able to sell myself properly. I'll get totally overwhelmed. I won't be able to deliver and I won't pull it off. Now, can you resonate with having those feelings about stuff that's going on in your business? Because we all know that when we have those thoughts and feelings, it's really hard to stop them from influencing the decisions that we make. Because when I was feeling like this, it would have been really easy for me to think, do you know what? I'm not going to do it. It's terrifying and I'm not good enough. So I'm going to say no. But luckily, I had my own mentor at the time who said to me, Erin, you can totally do this. And in fact, you need to do it because you need to be pushing yourself through your comfort zone. And that's where having a mentor to work with is just so invaluable. And I love being able to reflect those things back at the women that I work with as well, because we all need someone who can believe in us. So I'd written down this fear inventory. So for if you've never heard of the term fear inventory before, the definition is, or the description is, that it helps you to witness yourself and lessen the resistance that you feel to yourself. I really like that. Let me read that again. A fear inventory helps you to witness yourself and lessen the resistance that you feel to yourself. So it really is about holding up a mirror to why we're suddenly feeling this resistance, like, I don't want to do it, I don't want to do it. And there is definitely a line here where you can be really scared to do something, but you know it's something that you should do, and you know that actually it is aligned with what you want to do. And there's a line where sometimes you can feel really scared to do something, because it does not feel aligned and you really don't want to do it. So we do need to be aware of when we're pushing ourselves out of our comfort zone into our stretch zone for the right reasons, and when we're feeling resistant because actually it is the wrong thing. And that's where allowing yourself time and headspace to be able to link into your gut and listen to your gut and really trust that, whether you're feeling something is right or wrong, and that you're not being influenced by the fear. And what I find happens a lot with solo business owners and the women that I work with is that because we work on our own and we might not have people around us that we can really talk openly about these fears without being scared about being judged by them, we find ourselves in this kind of spin cycle. And therefore, the power of the fear becomes stronger and stronger because we don't stop and let those fears come to the surface. So we're just like pushing them down. And actually, it's so cathartic to talk things through with someone and actually say out loud, I'm scared this will happen. Because when you say it out loud or you write it in a journal, it makes you think, hang on a minute, is that actually the truth? Is that actually accurate? Actually, when I say it out loud, I realize that it's not the truth and I know that I can do this. With the Evolve Mastermind that I run, this is a 12-week program where we have weekly calls in a small, intimate group. And, the whole fear thing comes up, I would say, pretty much every week, because with Evolve, we're trying to help these women get to their next stretch goal. And so it's all about pushing yourselves and about together as a group, we are encouraging each other and championing each other to make that next step. But it's totally natural and normal that when you're achieving that next step and that bit of success, you might have a moment of feeling elated that you've actually made it. You've done this, you've achieved this. But what happens, and it's absolutely sod's law, is that our brain suddenly pulls us right back down and makes us start worrying about the what ifs. So we can no longer enjoy the amazing feeling of accomplishment that we've had, because instantly we start thinking about what if this, what if that. And there is actually such a thing as a fear of success. So sometimes I find with my mentoring clients that that's what's holding them back, that they believe that they can do it and they believe that they're going to reach that goal. But then suddenly they think, but if I reach that goal, what if? What if I'm working too many hours and I don't have any time to spend with the kids? What if I just feel completely overwhelmed? What if I can't deliver because I have too many projects on the go because they all say yes? And that is another way of limiting ourselves. So it's really, really important to recognize these thoughts that are going on for what they are. And often it is the fear talking. And that's where we need to talk it through with someone, whether you've got a mentor, whether you're part of a mastermind, so that you can have people hold the mirror up for you and say, I know exactly why you're feeling like this, and it's completely normal to feel like this, but don't let that cloud your judgment as to what the situation really is. And for me, finding this old notebook with this fear inventory, with all these thoughts that I had about the fact that I just wouldn't be good enough and that I wouldn't be able to deliver what I needed to deliver, it really did make me realize that I feel now a million miles away from that version of Erin. And that is because I have done so much personal development work to help myself have a much more positive belief around myself and my abilities, but also a positive outlook as to what's possible, both in life and business. And, I think that definitely time is a great way to build confidence, because, when you first start out in business, you have to wear all the hats. It's a completely different change than being employed. You know, there's a lot of responsibility there with being a business owner. Let's be real here. And you can't expect to have been running a business for a few months and feel completely confident in this new role that you have created for yourself. And it can take years. And for me, you know, I'm in my 14th year of running businesses. And I would really say that it's probably been like the last 3 or 4 that I have finally felt grounded and like things are really happening because I really believe in what I'm doing and I feel totally aligned to it. And so sometimes I think, you know, the women that I speak to as well, they feel like they should be at that stage, but it does take time. You can get there quicker if you get support and if you make sure that you have amazing friends and business friends and colleagues around you. If you build your team of cheerleaders around you, it will help you get to this place much faster where you feel like, do you know what? Yes, I am a business owner. I know I don't know everything, but the stuff that I don't know, I know where to get help with. So I think it's really, really important to take time to review and recognize the progress that you have made, especially in your approach to your business and how you're feeling about yourself as a business owner. Because if I hadn't found that old notebook and, you know, seen those things that I'd written about myself, I wouldn't have had that lovely feeling of, wow, I really have come a long way. And, you know, I think it's so easy when you work on your own and you're just like boots on the ground in your business and you're just trying to keep the wheel turning while also perhaps looking after the kids or looking after other people in your life. It's very easy for it to just feel like this is like a never-ending journey. But the way I want you to be feeling is I want you to actually enjoy this journey, because for me, building and scaling my business and the businesses that I've had in the past, it's all about enjoying what you're doing on a daily basis. Let's not live our lives just thinking we've just got to get through to year 2, year 5, year 10 in our businesses when this will happen. At that point, I will feel successful. Start feeling successful now by recognizing the awesome things that you are doing, by recognizing the progress that you have made. Perhaps if you look back, you think this time last year, I would never have dared do a Facebook Live or an Instagram Live or a TikTok. And now I'm doing it on a weekly basis or a fortnightly basis. Like, that is progress, and we need to recognize that for ourselves, because we don't have a boss patting us on the back saying, well done, you've done that, well done. We must do that for ourselves. So please do take time to review and recognize your progress. And when you have those feelings of resistance around perhaps it's an opportunity that has been presented to you, perhaps it's something you know you have to do in your business, but you've got this resistance, I really want you to hold the mirror up for yourselves or talk it through with someone, reach out, get support, and recognize, is this fear talking? Write yourself a fear inventory. So like I said, a fear inventory helps you to witness yourself. Witness yourself. That's really, really important. As a business owner, we are our own CEOs. If we are in a solopreneur journey, we are our own CEOs. We are the people that make the managerial decisions in our business. That means we need to be looking at our own strengths and weaknesses as well. We need to be recognizing when we're making judgments and decisions out of fear. And we need to stop ourselves. And we need to recognize that that might not be the best thing to be doing. I'd love to hear whether you found this episode useful. Please reach out to me on social at LifeFriendlyBiz. Drop me an email at erin@LifeFriendlyBusiness. Write me a review. Subscribe to the podcast. I will see you next week on the Life Friendly Business podcast.
Does every win feel slightly tinged with guilt? Do you have your best month ever financially in your business, but yet you feel like it's been at the detriment of your health or your family? The success and fulfillment you're looking for can only be enjoyed when your business and home life are balanced in harmony. It's time to stop trading off between life and business. It's time to evolve them both. Join me for our next 12-week Evolve Mastermind, where you'll work towards your next stretch business goal while maintaining the balance across all areas of your life, so that when you reach your goal, you feel successful, not exhausted, behind, or neglectful. It's time to take back the power. Find out more about the Evolve Mastermind at lifefriendlybusiness.com.